white slide on the back, right? But a lot of our journey begins on a piece of paper, just like this. And my journey began on this piece of paper where I wrote a lot of my ideas, where everyone has ideas, but to write down is one thing and then to do is the second. But as you write down, you understand you're going to get a lot of no's in your journey, right? No one's going to accept you, a lot of manufacturers are going to say no, marketers are going to say no, your colleagues are going to say no, right? But that's not what's going to stop you. I think you have to have a lot of persistence for what you do, and also a lot of courage for what you do. Let me give you a quote by Steve Jobs. You have to have a lot of passion for what you do, and if you don't, any rational person would give up. And that's just like me. Anyone would give up if I didn't have persistence in my life, right? So this is where it all began for me, actually, to be honest. Like, I just got a space in a small showroom where I could display my products, ask the customers if they liked it, didn't like, what was the feedback for me. I truly thrived on feedback, and that was my only thing. Because when you get a feedback, you understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and where to improve. So, for me, this was the 5 minutes that I got. You just have 5 minutes before you ask any customer if they want to buy a product or not. So, you have to understand, like, what's your 5 minutes? What's your 5 minutes going to be? Like, what's your 5 minutes of speech going to be to the customer, to the manufacturer, to the vendor, or anyone, right? Because attention is such a thing that you want to capture when you want to get something. So, you think a lot of times in life, the life is very straight, but it's not. You think writing down on paper will make things fine, but it's not. A lot of times when you come from paper to your real life, and then when you understand that life is not straight, and it will be jumbled, and it's not going to be an easy life to understand what you're going to do. So, like I said, don't take rejection as a failure, take it as a feedback, keep improving yourself, and make sure that, every step of your life, you just make sure that what your thoughts are very clear towards what you're doing. So, for me, giving up was easy because when I started my journey and when I had that SIS model placed in one of the stores, to get to there also it was a big journey for me because like a lot of people said do not keep your jewelry inside this, we do not have this is a different thing. But I thought like why should I stop myself there and why should I not just keep asking people like if you can do this, if you can have this is a great idea. And when that happened, I think they gave us a very big chunk of boost when people started accepting our products in terms of like the finishing, the making and the pricing. Data doesn't have to be boring, it can be beautiful. When I started off, I didn't have a lot of money for inventory, I didn't have a space. So what I did is instead of that, I made a small catalog where I could put all my designs and then show it to the customers. And once I showed it to the customers, they gave me actual feedback on where I should head. So you don't have to have a lot of money, you just need a small start where you could just make data decision very easy. A lot of times in your data also you can find stories. You just have to find them very clearly. You don't have to go around the bushes. And when you start small, start with an intuition. You don't have to have all the data right in the starting. You just have to have a strong intuition which can boost your confidence. So I think perfect plan is a myth. There's no perfect plan in life. Life doesn't go on as you think it's going to be. You will have a lot of struggles when you start off, you will have a lot of struggles in between, you will have a lot of struggles in end also. So if you think there are going to be struggles and you're going to stop yourself, just don't stop there and just keep going. So just begin. The point is just begin. Anyone who wants to start anything over here, all you have to do is just begin and then everything will fall in place as you keep going. This was my breakthrough. When I made rings for Ori, this was my breakthrough when I made the rings for Ori. So, a lot of times we think like your product has to be just a product, but I think the product has to have a lot of meaning in it. Your product has to speak what you believe in and what the other person you're giving is truly about, right? Now, when I saw Ori, he just had 5,000 followers. But what I did is took a chance on him. I took a chance on him thinking that he'll be big one day. So, a lot of times intuition do works, but you have to keep going at it. So when I made the ring for Audi, and he waited for the right moment to wear those rings. He waited for GQ for the right moment, and he wore those rings in the GQ even, and that made us like really famous at that point. So product is not everything. You have to have a lot of understanding of what the other person wants and what you are willing to do. So these are some of the lessons that I learned. Start small, take small steps, you don't have to think big. Rejection is a feedback, embrace it, learn and adapt it. You don't have to make everything right and to start it. Persistence and patience, this is one of the greatest things, because when I started my business, I was 18, now I'm 26, 27 in fact. There's not a lot that we did, but then we kept going. Every year we increased ourselves, doing better than what we did in the last year. And that's how we got here. Use data smartly, let it guide you, don't let it paralyze you. Data is a very beautiful thing if you see between the lines. And like I said, in the starting you don't have a lot of data, but what you have is intuition. And once you get to the data, it should let you really guide you instead of like paralyzing you or misguiding you. To keep your eyes and ears open in order to see the opportunities. Like for me, it was seeing Audi when he was growing. For me, even today, I say like, if Raj Amani is hosting a podcast and if he has a small space in between, have your brand logo done there. You have to just have an eye for what you do, and a lot of, you should really know what you try to do in your surroundings. So your surroundings are full of ideas, a lot of people have ideas. In fact, opportunities are such, sometimes you create it or you just follow it. I believe sometimes you should create opportunities instead of just following them. Yeah, I really want to tell everyone that start small. You don't have to have all the answers today. Give yourself the freedom to go somewhere. Give yourself freedom to think big. Give yourself freedom to make mistakes. And if you're not making mistakes today, I don't think you'll ever grow. And that's how I do. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and that's where I am today. I made mistakes, and I'm here, and I'm just improving myself every day to get better and to get faster in life. And that's how my whole journey was from start to end. Yeah.